I wake up to a new headline lying about me. I have comedians dressing up in whiteface. I have people saying I'm not fit to be CEO. And I have Candace Owens claiming I murdered my husband. And the list goes on and on.
A comedian posted one skit, and somehow it turned into one of the messiest internet controversies of the year. A viral parody, a grieving widow, political commentators, conspiracy theories, even the president stepping into the drama. And the craziest part? The original video never even said Erika Kirk's name, but everybody still knew exactly who it was about. That's when you know a story has already gone nuclear online. Because once the audience understands the target without explanation, the internet has officially locked in. Now, before we talk about the skit itself, we need to rewind for a second. Because this situation didn't actually begin with comedy. The tension was already building long before Druski uploaded anything. After Charlie Kirk's passing, the entire conservative media world felt shaken. Whether people supported him or hated him, one thing was undeniable. Charlie Kirk was the face of his movement. His personality was the brand. The debates, the speeches, the viral clips, the campus confrontations, everything revolved around him. So when someone that influential suddenly disappears, people immediately start wondering what happens next. And that's where Erika Kirk entered the spotlight. Instead of quietly stepping away from public attention, she started appearing everywhere almost immediately. Interviews, speeches, public events, conferences. Cameras were suddenly on her non-stop. And online? People reacted fast. Some viewers defended her and said she had every right to continue her husband's legacy. Others felt uncomfortable with how quickly everything seemed to be happening. Now, to be fair, grief doesn't come with a rulebook. There's no universal timeline for how someone is supposed to behave after losing a loved one. But the internet doesn't think emotionally like normal people do. The internet judges optics. And once you step back into the public eye, people stop seeing you as a grieving person and start seeing you as a public figure again. That changes everything. Every speech becomes content. Every expression gets analyzed. Every outfit becomes a discussion. And slowly, more and more people started saying the same thing. Something about this feels off. Now, whether that feeling was fair or not is a completely different conversation. But perception online is powerful. And once audiences start sensing what they believe is manufactured energy, they become ruthless. That's exactly why Druski's parody exploded the way it did. Because he didn't create the tension. He tapped into tension that already existed.
We have to protect all men in America, especially all white men in America. Those are the boys that we care about in this country. America is built on their backs.
Felt extremely specific. The voice, the mannerisms, the polished political influencer energy, even the setup and delivery. Everything pointed toward Erika Kirk without directly naming her. Then came the line that completely detonated the internet. We have to protect white men in America. That line mattered because it echoed a real public speech Erika had already given. And suddenly the conversation changed. This no longer felt like random comedy to viewers. It felt like satire reflecting real statements back at the public. That's why the clips spread so aggressively. We're talking insane numbers, millions upon millions of views, reaction videos everywhere, people reposting clips nonstop, memes flooding timelines. The skit stopped being just a skit. It became an internet event. And once something becomes an internet event, the reactions often become bigger than the original content itself. Then things got even stranger. Donald Trump publicly suggested Erika Kirk should sue Druski over the parody. Think about how surreal that is for a second. A comedian uploads a skit online, and suddenly politicians are discussing lawsuits over it in public. That alone pushed the story into another level of virality. Because the second powerful people react emotionally to comedy, the internet instantly becomes more interested. People start thinking, wait, what's going on here? And ironically, every attempt to shut the situation down only made the skit more powerful. But the most fascinating part of all this? Druski barely said anything. No emotional response, no apology video, no defensive rant, nothing. He just kept posting normally like the controversy wasn't even affecting him. And honestly, that silence completely shifted the power dynamic, because the second somebody reacts emotionally to a comedian, the reaction itself becomes part of the joke. Every public response Erika gave kept the story alive longer. Every speech created new clips. Every explanation created new memes.
CIA documentary because they came out and they were suddenly trying to gaslight us and were, well, the CIA didn't produce the documentary. Okay, yes, but the head of the CIA is in it. Okay, you got to get approval from the CIA to be in a CIA documentary. That doesn't just happen casually. Like he says, are you getting that phone call from your agent? And no, she's not acting. She's specifically referring to her mother's business model, EMPs. So she's not acting. She's involved. And so people, of course, online were so angry about it. The Israel Firsters, Mark Levin, tweeted this. Is this some AI production? If not, what a total disgrace. Then this Eitan Fishberger said, this is some sick stuff from Joe Rogan, as if Erika hasn't been through enough already. How about just acknowledging that you do not have the power to transform reality?
Every serious moment turned into more content for the internet machine. Then came the moment that truly supercharged the backlash. Erika publicly described the parody as whiteface. And immediately, the internet exploded again, because people began comparing that statement to the historical reality of blackface, which pulled the conversation into an entirely different direction. Suddenly, people weren't even debating the skit anymore. Now they were debating race, history, satire, and political framing. That one phrase completely shifted the narrative. And online, all it takes is one sentence for an entire controversy to mutate into something even bigger. Then came another detail the internet latched onto: the outfit. Now look, fashion is subjective. People can wear whatever they want. But once somebody becomes a meme target online, nuance disappears instantly. People started comparing Erika's outfit during her speech to movie villains, sci-fi characters, and authoritarian uniforms. Once those side-by-side edits started spreading across social media, it was over. Because memes don't need fairness to survive. They only need recognizability. And suddenly, timelines were filled with edits, reaction clips, dramatic remixes, and jokes. At that point, the internet content machine completely took over. But underneath all the memes and jokes, another darker layer of this story was growing quietly in the background. Candace Owens. Because while Erika was publicly responding to the parody, Candace Owens started asking questions online that pushed people toward conspiracy territory, not direct accusations. That's important. She never outright said certain things directly. Instead, she used one of the internet's most powerful strategies, just asking questions. And if you've spent enough time online, you already know how effective that can be. You don't explicitly accuse someone of anything. You simply imply. You speculate. You raise suspicions. You let audiences connect dots emotionally on their own.
He deeply mattered on a multitude of levels. So much so that it proved even more once he was assassinated how much of a peacemaker he was. Man. That young man. I forgive him. Hi, everybody. I still love all these emoji Zoom things. Wow. I don't even know where to begin. The fact that we were able to pull off an event of a century, like, it's just insane. We had over 275,000 people that attended, and the stadium overflow, Westgate, insane, you guys. And then you have, was it 100 million? You guys that heard the gospel and all about Charlie and all about everything that you guys do, and the hard work in Turning Point USA is insane. We had thousands that were registered to vote. I think we're at like over 200,000 for merch sales. Don't quote me on that because I think it just keeps like bumping up like crazy. But I just wanted to say a huge thank you to the events team, the development team, the graphic design team, the production team. It's just phenomenal. Their incredible work leading into the memorial. Oh, look at all the thumbs up. Look how cute that is. Sorry, this is a little bit more informal than probably Charlie would be reacting. How sweet. I didn't know they could do that. I hate Zoom. I never like Zoom. Sorry, you guys. I just wanted to say first and foremost, my heart obviously is broken for you guys as much as it is for our family. You guys lost not only a boss, but someone that you looked up to, someone that you believed in his mission, that you also that you loved. You loved listening to his show. You loved hearing his wisdom on things. I'm sure some of you have also had very personal moments of where you sat down and had private conversations with him. I want you all to hold on to those. And I want you all to remember those so deeply. I want you to journal about them. I want you to be able to tell your kids about them. I want you to put those in your heart as why you're still here with the Turning Point USA family, because that's what we want. And like I said to our small group after whatever day that was, and I did the thing on TV, my days are still rounded Friday. I told the team, I said, Turning Point USA will continue like my husband always wanted, and it'll be bigger than ever. And we're going to honor him by doing that. We're going to stay humble. We're going to work hard because that's what he would want. And we're going to just make it grow. And we're going to keep our eyes fixed on heaven.
And once audiences start emotionally connecting dots, rumors begin spreading faster than facts. That's exactly what happened here. Comment sections started turning into investigations. People began analyzing timelines. Screenshots started circulating everywhere. The story stopped feeling like celebrity drama and started feeling like a giant internet mystery people wanted to solve. And honestly, that's when things became dangerous. Because modern internet culture rewards suspicion. It rewards outrage. It rewards emotional reactions. It rewards chaos. The more emotionally intense a story becomes, the harder the algorithm pushes it, which created the perfect storm around Erika Kirk. Every response became more content. Every clarification created new reactions. Every emotional speech gave the internet another round of material. Meanwhile, Druski stayed quiet, and that silence became incredibly powerful, because silence forces everybody else to keep talking, which keeps the spotlight focused entirely on them instead of you. Druski never needed to win publicly. He already won the attention battle. And then came the ultimate flex. Right in the middle of all this controversy, he casually announced he'd be hosting the BET Awards. That announcement hit hard online because while everybody else seemed trapped inside endless drama, he looked completely unaffected. The internet notices that kind of thing. People respect composure during chaos. Meanwhile, Erika looked stuck inside a non-stop PR disaster.
3 things that you would say that you look for in someone that you're dating.
I really don't look for anything because I've already found what I'm looking for. Well, I have an amazing girlfriend. She's spectacular.
Is she in politics?
Not really, no.
What can you tell us about her?
She's
What would
beautiful.
you be willing?
She's reverent.
She's a reverend? I didn't know this about her.
She's reverent.
Oh. I was like, wait, this is new. I don't know if we'll want to keep that or not.
Oh, you better keep it. You better keep it.
Okay, she's reverent. So what's an example? What do you mean?
She's prayerful. She believes in God. She's a great person. She believes in other people. She always thinks of other people before herself. She's very fun. And honestly, I'm so blessed to be able to have her in my life.
That is so sweet of you to say. I will say this, Charlie's girlfriend is totally gorgeous. She's so gorgeous.
I'm way over promoted.
Would you like to introduce yourself or should I introduce you? All right, we'll try it again. Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of the Charlie Kirk Show. Joining me is the most special guest.
And that's when another uncomfortable question started spreading online. Who exactly is this public rollout for? Because Charlie Kirk's influence was deeply personal. His audience connected specifically to him, his debating style, his personality, his confidence. That type of connection doesn't automatically transfer to another person overnight. And the more people tried positioning Erika as the direct continuation of Charlie's legacy, the more forced the entire thing started feeling to some viewers. That word kept appearing everywhere online. Manufactured. And once audiences describe somebody that way, rebuilding authenticity becomes extremely difficult. Because authenticity isn't something people logically calculate. They feel it emotionally. Or they don't. That's what made this entire controversy so fascinating to watch from a media perspective. It wasn't just about a skit anymore. It became a live example of how internet narratives spiral completely out of control in real time. We watched comedy turn into politics, politics turn into conspiracy, conspiracy turn into meme culture, and reactions themselves become entertainment. That's the modern internet, and honestly, it's exhausting, but it's also addictive. Because people are naturally drawn toward unresolved chaos, mystery, conflict, suspicion, public tension. That combination dominates social media every single time. And this story had all of it. The craziest part is that the original skit may have simply exposed tensions that were already building beneath the surface. The fire was already there. The parody just lit the match publicly. Now, whether Erika Kirk can eventually repair her public image is still an open question. Because once memes attach themselves permanently to someone online, it becomes incredibly difficult to separate the person from the narrative. And unfortunately, the internet rarely gives clean second chances. But one thing is undeniable. This entire situation proved something important about internet culture. The loudest person doesn't always control the narrative. Sometimes the quietest person does. And in this case, Druski's silence became more powerful than everybody else's reactions combined. But now I want to hear your thoughts. Do you think Erika Kirk was unfairly targeted by the internet? Or do you think responding publicly only made the situation worse? And do you believe Druski handled this strategically? Or did the internet simply turn the controversy into something way bigger than anybody expected? Drop your thoughts down in the comments because this story has completely divided the internet. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe Roundtable Celebrity, and turn on notifications for more deep dives into celebrity drama, internet controversies, and the stories everybody online is talking about right now. Trust me, this situation probably isn't over yet.